What up? Welcome to the Binge Eater Podcast. It's your boy, a man. I'm a man. I'm a baby. I did a little baby chism. I'm here, Big Lynch, and we got Eli from Unsub. I see you got a sexy room over there. Let me pretend I haven't been in that room holding your guns and stuff before. But how old are you?
I am 39.
This guy's 39. He's got bodies on him. He's got MGS tattoos, but he's still collecting the fucking waifu dolls in the back there. You got a waifu pillow?
I don't. That's the one thing I'm missing.
Me neither. I never was a pillow humping boy though. I think you got to be about that pillow hump lifestyle to get the waifu pillow, right? Like if you were down with humping pillows growing up.
Those would be some hot pillows to hump. Like those, if we were teenagers, those didn't exist.
No, they didn't. I'd probably be into humping pillows if they had sexy waifu.
You revealed you were looking at your Marvel cards with distinct eye.
Yeah, I did. No, yeah. When you were growing up, you remember X-Men? Did you?
Oh, bro, you did. I'd trace it out.
Oh shit!
Like there, it's close enough.
I wasn't good enough at drawing. I wasn't good enough at drawing circles to do the naked drawings. I didn't have that angle, but I was a pretty good drawer. I like drawing. You had that guy on your Unsub podcast. That rocket launcher blew up in his face.
Well, oh my! Did you watch that?
Yeah, that's really crazy. And to everyone listening, this guy basically he's holding a rocket launcher and it blows up. He's fine though. That's the craziest part. You'd think like his head would have blown up.
Well, I don't know if he's fine. He's just based on the footage. I think they released a super slow. They released a slow mo, and he's on camera on the Unsub podcast, looking. I would say pretty good. I mean, it's shocking to say the least.
To look like that and to come out 3 weeks after an RPG has literally exploded next to your face, and to be able to walk and everything.
Yeah.
Man, how much work did the gear do for him? I noticed he's wearing like a helmet, some glasses, and like some protective gear. You know, I'm someone who knows nothing. By the way, I don't know anything about firearms or any of that stuff. I'm a total noob to that world.
It's crazy. So when that explosion happened, if you watch the slow-mo on the different angles, his helmet blew off. His front plate flew out of the plate carrier. So that the thing that stops the shrapnel blew off his entire body, and it ripped out of the plate carrier. So when I repeat,
by the way, guys, he's fine.
He's alive. Yes. Which is more crazy when you see the footage. It's insane. It's like an instant off switch. As he said, his electric meatball just shut down in 0.1 second.
And side note, I'm also like the Jew inside me is shrieking right now to ask this question. But like, if that happens, do you call the rocket launcher company and RPG Incorporated, and you're like, yeah, one of your products literally blew up in my hand, so I want a new rocket, obviously, at least. Maybe a new launcher or a discount on my next purchase of an RPG.
This is the first thing they call before the ambulance. It's like, hold on.
Yeah. I think Dad, call an ambulance. Mom, call RPG Incorporated.
Get them on the dial right now.
Do you do that? When you buy an RPG, they're like, oh, by the way, it might blow up when you're shooting it. How do you buy an RPG?
What I gathered is that
RPG companies are there
Walmart,
RPG companies? Yeah,
you just go to Walmart in America. It's just a section.
What I gathered is that there's some customization to this whole thing. I was watching a bit about it because I was like, what's going on here? Just to shout out the channel, by the way, it's Ballistic High Speed is the channel. They posted their footage there.
Yeah, so it's weird. They're manufacturers, so a lot of these guys like Brandon or any of our friend group, a majority of them have their FFLs, and then they have their
what does that mean? FLL. What does that mean exactly?
FFL. I actually firearm. Let me see what it means.
The Friendly Firearms League. Guys that only push in friendly.
Because you have your Federal Firearms License, and then you have your SOT, which stands for. SOT is Special occupational taxpayer. Wait, is that what that? Federal firearm. Yeah. So special occupational taxpayers. So you have different forms of SOTs, which let you have like, hey, suppressors and SBRs and also explosives, fully autos, where you could do a non-transferable firearms. You can't have a full auto in America unless you have an FFL SOT. Or if you bought a pre-ban transferable full auto and paid the $200 tax stamp, and then those are
easiest $200 ever spent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
that's the easiest $200, and then you could spend that $200. Then you could have an LMG.
If your
great grandfather was rocking like a
if you bought a 1980, there was the 1986 pre-ban. So it's anything before that was full auto. You could buy it. And then you just pay the $200 tax stamp. You can still buy them now as long as they're of that age and you pay $200. It's just a cheap one's like $30,000. Like the cheapest full auto you will find is like 20 to 30 grand. So that's what you'd be like, okay, here's
that's for
grand.
full buy rounds.
Yeah.
That's full buy round purchase.
That is, you get some, and then they go up real quick. But his, he owned that, the RPG. They went to fire it, and I'm not sure what happened. It was the propellant, I think, is what triggered, and then it just detonated right next to his head, and it is a huge explosion, and he goes limp instantly. It's one of those visceral reactions, is like, oh my god. If you just watched that footage, you would 100% think he died.
That's like what I thought.
His own head up. Looks like he blows his own head.
He's engulfed because it's in slow mo. They have the slow mo footage, but
there's like one frame where it's like there's fire, and then the next frame it's a flash, and he's inside of an explosion. His body, he's like perfectly in the middle of the explosion, so it's like it happened around him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like threw his clothes off, and he's fine. He's alive. Well, he's not fine, but he's alive, and
I think he's got some medical bills, and he's got, obviously it must be traumatic. I mean, like personally, I look at that, I'm like, this has got to be, the fact that he's talking about it and releasing footage is just crazy to me to imagine having to go through that.
I think it's that military mindset. Yeah. It is that
because he would shoot a rock. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry. I was gonna say, because I imagine like if something like this happens, a lot of these guys, and a lot of guys that you too probably. You still shoot a rocket launcher again. Like you're still gonna shoot one again. You're like, it's not gonna blow up again.
Yeah. Like,
whereas I would be like, I'm never. See, bro, this is exactly why I told you I didn't want to shoot an RPG. I'm a lucky guy. It would blow up on me like that. Like I recognize my luck. I'm good. I'll get it blown up. And yeah.
Did you have that option at range today? Because I mean, you were just down in.
Amir shot an RPG with like a fake rocket in it, like a flare.
Oh, okay.
But even that one, I was like, guy, I was like,
there's ass behind it. It's crazy how fast those rockets punch. They're a giant rocket. It will punch through those 55-gallon steel drums like it's nothing, which caught me off guard when we were shooting the ballistic dummy on Brandon's channel, because we were trying to hit a dummy with an RPG round. Just to see if it's not exploding, is it going to stop inside the person? That thing just blew right through homie like it was nothing. Like, damn. So
I have that set to 0.2 second delay, so it blows up in the middle of the chest cavity.
And then you had, what's crazy though is for the gun community, the two giant incidences are Scott and now that one. So Scott's 50 cal blew up. He had to put his thumb down his neck because a piece of shrapnel hit him.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, it shattered. The piece broke his orbital, cracked. He broke multiple fingers, bones, and then thumb down his neck.
So that happened. He was bleeding. Like, "Fuck," and he like put his thumb in, and he was like, "Gotta stop the bleeding."
Yep.
And he's and then he does.
And his dad drove him to the hospital,
and he's alive.
Yeah, he is like stitches. And
he was like, he had his thumb there, and he was like, "That take 45th Avenue, it's faster." And if this happened to me, I would be like, and so we like, put your thumb in it, you, and then you go up like, don't touch me, like, and like just people being built different. You're born in Texas, right?
Yeah.
You lived there your whole life in Texas?
I have been. Well, not my whole life. I mean, I lived here. I'd say half my life now is spent in Texas and Indiana, everywhere else. But I was going to say real quick was with Those two people, the only two people that super hurt, both of them have ballistic in their name. Kentucky ballistic and ballistic high speed. Those are the only two giant injuries on YouTube for guns. And it's those two names. I'm like, well, just stay away from ballistic and you're good.
Big Boy Ballistic is there right now on youtube.com/Big Boy Ballistic.
He's like, fuck.
His Deagle with explosive rounds video is set to be filmed this weekend. He's like, oh,
this ain't good.
What's your favorite fast food?
Mine?
Yeah, your number one.
Bro, I can't even look at fast food anymore. My tum. So back in the day, man, In-N-Out. So McDonald's, if I'm getting like my sweet tea, I just go to McDonald's for sweet tea. This is back in the day. In-N-Out for burgers. And
you never had a fat era, eh? You've always been.
No, he looks like he's in shape. He's in shape. I mean, he's
definitely in shape. But like, you never had an era.
I just got like, well, no, mine is my stomach because I'm like lactose intolerant, IBS. If I eat the wrong thing, I'm just down. So,
bro, I still do it though. You think I ever like? I know I'm like, this is gonna be bad for the tummy. Oh, we're in this together. Good for the mouth, bad for the tummy.
It's so yums, but man, pizza's my weakness. I still to this day will snack on some pizza. You give me, and then if it's baseline pizza, Papa John's, I'll eat it all day. But if we're going like,
Papa John's is an answer, by the way. It's an answer, and it's not even one that I would mock or anything. Like, the crazy thing about me is my favorite pizza isn't in New York.
Where is it?
It's like a Chicago pizza. And when I do go to New York, yes, I love New York slices, but I'm so fucking stupid. I like Sbarro. I like to get a slice at Sbarro. It's like just a chain.
It's not the right. It's not the right answer. I can tell you
to
that.
be in New York City and get a
not the right
pizza. Yeah,
it's wrong.
No, it's definitely wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Being in New York City and buying a Sbarro's, it's just not the call.
No,
I've not had that.
Yeah.
It's like being in Syria and buying a Torah. Like, it's not the thing you should have got there, but anyways.
Exactly what my brain goes to.
There was the most searched terms like for video games on websites.
Yes.
What do you think number one was?
You know what one I thought was fucking what was freaky on how high it was?
Oh, you saw the list?
Sonic name was way too high on that list for me to be happy.
Yeah, they love that.
He didn't crack top 5, but top 10.
Sonic's like 6, right?
Yeah, it's 6. Number 6 for most searched video.
Okay, but like Mario's 8. I don't know what's up with that.
Like. What do you mean? He's sitting on a fucking Pepsi can, bro.
Mario shoes stepping into the frame with one jar, but you see his
and
little
she's
Mario
like, oh
shoes.
No, and then you see like two like the green pants shoes step in. Luigi's there too.
They gotta take it a step further and start telling where your friends rank in this search right here.
They do the DP, and Luigi's got a long thin one, and Mario's got a short thickie. So Mario's like,
this is so wrong.
I take the and he's like, Mario, you're too thick for the
Luigi, it gets up in there. Oh, they're brothers. That makes it way worse.
It makes it cool too.
You're like, ooh. Did you guys?
They chant their family name when they. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the whole drama with, was it the day after or the last?
Yeah. The day. Is it called the day after? Right. It was Lynch. These guys,
dude. This story.
Correct me if I'm wrong about any of this here, but these guys said they were going to make a game, and they showed this like really robust MMO type game with zombies and all this stuff, and then everyone knew that it was, and they raised money for it, and a lot of people knew that it was just not going to happen. The trailer that they showed was too ambitious for like a bunch of dudes.
Okay,
that you've never heard of. The day before, and then they released the game as early access, like for like a period of alpha or something.
Yeah,
and all these people that paid money for it to raise for the game, they got it, and then that company like shuttered its doors the next day.
Damn.
And I think reopened as a new company name. They reopened with a different name, but it's the same people. And they just
was the intent
scam, right?
Was the intent just to scam people, or was it like their intentions good initially?
They were thinking. Now, I fully believe it was a scam because it was announced and then they showed, as Harley was saying, this over the top trailer, and it was the most anticipated game on Steam because how the trailer made it look. It's like, hey, this is an MMO. It's open world. It's survival. You're going to be hordes of zombies. You got to fucking live.
You can go to every building.
Yeah, you loot everything. It's fucking.
Which to anyone that's like watching that's been
they checked all the boxes to be like, you need.
Yeah, you would see the trailer and be like, right away you're like, wait, who's doing this?
Yeah.
It's like if someone, like you saw someone was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do like a 1080 in the half pipe. Your first question is like, wait, who are you?
yeah, you come out doing a 1080
before I set the time and spend the money to like who is this? Let me, because right away all these things sound like something like Ubisoft would do. Like it's got to be a big company.
And that's what everyone thought, and it was anticipated. And then the game came out, and it was nothing. Not a single thing that they said it would be. It became an extraction game, wasn't an MMO. And then the hordes of zombies, Video Game Donkey does a great video on it.
He has a video on it?
Oh, it's so good.
I got to watch his Avatar video also.
Oh,
I didn't watch that one yet.
It's so good. But he runs around and you will see maybe like 5 zombies on a full mission. You can run around. It's just nothing happens.
Can't go in any buildings.
Can't drive vehicles, like you're supposed to be able to fly.
Yeah.
Must be some great YouTube content coming out of this.
Well, that's the thing.
It's got to be like the perfect sort of fuck up. These
companies always
story.
They always get like a whole bunch of purchases of people that come through. They're like, gotta see how shit this is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've seen it.
Gotta see how shit it is.
I looked it up and people are selling Steam keys for like hundreds of dollars.
So people were
because you can't buy it now?
And then it went away. So the video game company they closed their doors 4 days after the game's release. They're like, hey, this didn't work. And even though it's not
people
done,
a lot of money.
Data. Yeah, they owe so much money. They're like, we're out. And then they just up and vanished. 4 days after release, they're like, well, we can't do this. Bye. Like, oh, that was just a scam. Got it.
But I knew it. Like I mean, that stuff I'm familiar with. It's like when I get scammed by a real company, or I let myself. That's when I really fuck up. Like Battlefield 2042 came out.
Ooh, so Harley, don't get me mad.
I bought it on PC and I bought it on Xbox because you can bounce between the two, and I've done that with every other Battlefield. And I bought the like the Legendary Edition or whatever. It was like $120 on each system, and so it was like $240 to get a game that, like, when they finally had it figured out and working, it's free.
Yep.
Like I got punished for being an early adopter, and I'm an early adopter. The things that I care about, I'm an early adopter for.
That game, that was probably one of the most hyped trailers ever for a video game. They nailed the trailer for that game, and then it came out and it was just a dog turd.
Yeah, they were so. Now I like it a lot now.
I've heard
unfortunately, but it's like
it's dead.
Yeah, it's still bothersome. It's like they wasted. I don't know. They owe me money, bro. They owe me a fucking gram of coke.
You're a mark. You're a mark.
Electronic Arts owes me a gram of cocaine now.
1 gram, yo.
They owe me 1 gram of cocaine.
That one was a bullet drop. Do you remember when it first came out? How far shit looked like?
Yeah,
like the Battlefield had that weird, and then bullets.
Getting like a shot
was the worst thing in the world because you could just move out of the bullet's ways.
But that's why when you shot a bullet and it like got lobbed because it was going so far, and you're watching, and then it hits a guy and it's like, and you get the little X or like, and the red, and then it shows you. It'll be like the bonus for the distance, and you're like, oh,
it was worth it. It was worth it.
You don't like fuck with the fast food too much, but what about snacks? You got snacks in your house? Do you like fuck up your kids' lunch at all? Like, what Oreo cookies?
Harley's like, what are we going?
What do we got in the kitchen, bro?
Dude, if I'm getting that snack game in, I'm going down. I'm getting my Legends. They're a protein snack. They taste like Pop-Tarts.
I know these. I've seen these. Seen these. These are really good. Yeah, I've had those. They're like fake protein Pop-Tarts that are better than Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Because I like the corners of these, and I don't really like the corners of Pop-Tarts. Some people love just the corners. And I'm like, that's
Hold on. If you eat
why don't you go buy a nothing cookie? That's what the corner is.
Well,
But yeah.
okay, but if you're eating a pie, what do you favor most? Would you eat from the middle or eat from the edge?
I need to normally, like, depending on the pie, if it's a strong filling with no top, I need to salvage the back to have enough crust to consume with it. Like if I have a cheesecake too, I'm doing that. Like,
yeah, crust is like major key for me to make it work. But some people are psychos. They'll go right to the middle, start scooping with spoons. Like that's like psychotic behavior in my opinion.
Well, do you guys love chocolate a lot? Like super love chocolate?
I mean, yeah, anything.
Like my dad loves chocolate. Like he sees chocolate things and he's like, ooh. And I always found that was so bitch made of him. I always, even at like 8 years old, my dad loving chocolate so much, I was always like,
you're weak.
Damn, bro. You're like, no, it's just like a woman. I was like 8. I was like, Dad, that's some mom shit. People like, oh, chocolatey. And I think I was gaslit into thinking that because chocolate commercials growing up, it was always like some woman sexually eating a chocolate, like slowly. Like I'm not talking about like, I never got like a Wonder Bar commercial, but it was like fancy chocolates or like decadent desserts.
I was gonna say
it was always like a hot lady.
It is like one of the first things you buy.
I see my dad. I see my dad with like a triple chocolate Forest cake, so chocolatey, and he's like, so slow, and I'm like, Dad, you fucking bitch for that. That's when I started to hit my father at 8.
That's when you started beating your father.
Yeah, he'd be sitting on the couch and go to stand up, and I'd be standing over and I'd push him back down and he'd fall back into a sitting position.
I think you would be surprised, Eli, because you've met Harley in person. You've seen that he's surprisingly large person. If you met his dad and saw his arms, you'd be like, what is happening right now? Why is he so not large? Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up at all. You're like, what?
Yeah. It looks like his skin is made of like a pencil eraser. Like it's that color. Like his arms look like fucking uncooked hot dogs.
It doesn't
talk about him right now. I just want to beat his ass, and he's probably listening to this too, Dad. You bitch.
I'm calling you out. I'm challenging you to a fucking creator clash. Beat some ass.
Fuck, that'd be actually dad versus YouTubers would be the best. Oh my god, that'd be such a good event. Oh my!
There's gonna be some dads out there that beat the shit out of their kids.
I remember Ryan Katsu was like, I want to do YouTube boxing, and Eli said he wanted to do YouTube boxing, and then I remember like hitting up Mams, being like, oh, these guys would be good, and then I remember Ryan looking you up and being like, dude, this guy, I don't want to do this with this guy.
Yeah, you're like, this dude's laughing at death. Why am I gonna fight him? First off, it's hilarious when I almost died.
This guy's been under fire like before, and like I don't know if you're good at masking it, but maybe the PTSD comes out in the ring. If it's not there already, you just go full Wolverine berserker mode. Yeah,
get him off.
Do you feel out of place, Harley, when you go down to? Because you've been there 3 times now down to San Antonio.
We love our boy Harley.
He's like your fun sort of not military friend you have hanging around. Like he doesn't get it. Do you guys like crack jokes?
Well,
he sits there and he's like,
no, they hype me up. I walk in and I'm like, everyone's like, no, I'm joking.
We're dancing.
Mark 23 minutes. Beep that out.
I think we said a few things.
23 minutes. Beep that out.
I mean,
but no, I love going down there, and I never like feel like
judged
not judged,
or like out of place, because you can't relate to some like a lot of the experiences. I'm sure you and all your
like it's so weird because being down there's so many people that are in and out. There's always a person who's like a fish out of water there. Last time I was at Eli's place, it was me and this dude from Paris who's like a rock climber. He's from France. He's like a rock climber with like 1 million followers on Instagram, and he like climbs buildings with no parachute.
Like free solo.
He free solos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Alexis is a baller, dude. He's like he's the top 5 in the world, and he free solos just buildings. Like, and Harley and me,
So I knew that French ass motherfucker felt more out of place than me.
And Harley's cracking jokes. He's like, yeah, that's it. Those guys are crazy because they grip with like it's like barely anything. You see, you're like, oh, they're climbing this building. They probably got all these ledges to hold on to it. It's like it's not even it's like it's brick with a little like a little tiny crevice, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, I got enough power in this top of my index finger to hold on to my entire body weight up this."
He's spreading his legs, pressing his toes.
Yeah,
ledges. He's like, I can rest.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm relaxing."
Yeah. It's like, what a great pinch right now, and you're like, well, you're resting. You're on like a pinky and a toe, and they're like, "Oh, this feels comfortable."
Can you imagine like being like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna climb this 3,000 foot, but whatever you do it, you climb it." Then you put up the video, and you're like, "The engagement's pretty shit." Like that sucks when it's like you climb that with no safety. Me sometimes I'm like, "Oh yeah, this video," and I put up fucking like bacon wrapped cow dick sandwich, and I'm like, that didn't pop like I think I but that it's not as like the same thing as climbing a building with
there is a guy.
I mean, my house smells like cow dick now, but
I used to think that all the time. There is this channel I used to watch all the time back in the day called Adrenaline Addiction.
Johnson.
No, Adrenaline Addiction, and this guy was he would just jump off, like he'd do the craziest jumps into water, all these flips, all this wild shit, like 100-foot jumps or something like that, where, and I it's kind of the same idea where you're like, what is going on? And he would have bad engagement on videos. I'm like, imagine climbing to the top of this tower and doing a triple backflip McTwist.
Vitaly with the bull.
The Vitaly with the bull is classic. That one is like
killed by a bull, and like he wasn't happy with
he shattered his whole jaw. He got stomped on by the bull.
That guy you were talking about, is that the guy that jumped off the house and broke his leg on the pool and did a Kickstarter?
No, that guy.
That's on you.
No,
like,
not
you
that
hurt
guy.
yourself.
No, this guy's different. This guy was popping a few years ago, and he was. I just always thought the same thing. Like, he did all that, and the video barely got any views. And I'm like, oh,
that's what's crazy too. It's like our buddy Houston Jones. Always a shout out to him. Like he once a week he is putting out banger content. And he's done it for 3 years now, but it's hurting himself every week. Yeah. And it's once a week doing it. I can't wrap my head around that. No. Where it's like, hey, we're doing this. Like the worst one is like shooting his toe with BB guns, shooting the toenail.
Oh
yeah.
From what, like from close range, you just like stand there, just pop it.
Yeah,
pop it off.
Annoying because if it hits the bottom of your toenail, like right where your toenail becomes your toe, like that's not a nice place.
Getting hit
pressing your finger on that hurts.
Yeah, he was getting hit with a cheese grater.
Oh,
what's your recommended page look like, Eli? You pull that up. What do you got? Like you pull up YouTube. What are you sitting on? What's YouTube buddy? I got some good ones for you today.
Do you consume a lot of YouTube? Is that your preferred place to consume content?
Oh yeah, okay, I don't right now. I've been.
You said who did you say was that hurts himself? Houston Jones.
Yeah, Houston Jones.
That's the first video when I just opened up YouTube right now. It says destroyed by world's largest cannon for science, featuring Kentucky ballistics, Houston Jones. Yeah. It's the first one, and I think it's because what I have played here at the bottom, like in the little player, is the rocket launcher. Yeah, and under that is the school shooter level from Ready or Not.
Yeah, you're like, what the? That's your For You pay. Mine is,
and then Sam Hyde putting on a $4,000 Templar Knight helmet and reviewing it.
Wow.
Now it's a girl with a fat ass doing pull-ups.
Yeah, a very, very lively one. Mine is, I tested One Star Camping from Ryan Trahan.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
His editing, Ryan Trahan, that dude blew up so quick. Well, I love his style.
I remember like I saw someone talking about like what he does and like how he set that. Cause he had that penny series, right? Where he started off with a penny. I like what blew him up completely. Mm-hmm. And they're like, they mocked up all the thumbnails before and like really had a whole strategy. And I'm like, we're out here just like, all right, let's get this video up here. And he's, it's a completely different. Yeah. He's like studying the game as hard as possible,
I have that. I have my annual prize giveaway for Da Vinci. It's a tutorial. It's over by Gotham Chess.
Nice.
I have Rainy Day in Serene Ancient Japanese Zen music.
Oh, wait, that sounds nice.
I have a lot of tutorials always pop up on my feed from just camera shit. That's not a camera. Kodak Portra. Focus music. 8 crazy Lightroom hacks. So many tutorials will pop up on my homepage.
Yeah, me too.
I love tutorials, bro.
This guy's always fucking learning, bro. Try and keep up. I
gotta be better. Gotta get my chess in with Gotham Chess, which if you never consumed chess content, Gotham Chess. What's
like a good chess video?
Any of his, he breaks
But
them
what
down.
what could it be? What could it be about? Let me just pretend like let me role play for a second. I'm not
Okay.
me. What's
Sure.
like a good fucking chess video, bro?
A good chess video is probably going to be
Just two fucking nerds playing a fucking game of chess.
you're going to watch Magnus Carl, the world's greatest chess player, is probably going to cover one of his games.
Didn't that guy lose to a butt plug?
No, that's a Hans.
Didn't that guy win with the butt plug?
Yeah,
Wait,
Hans won with-
that was confirmed that there's no butt plug. They
There
said
is-
they said they conducted a probe, which I find is funny. Of a
They resolved their issue after that, I think, now, because
Yeah.
he was banned from I think online playing and some other tournaments, and Magnus was just fucking just clowning him, just like, I refuse to even play.
Well, it was crazy. Did you watch the match of what he watched him? He did certain moves, and it wasn't even at the end of the game. He just got to a place, and Magnus was like, nope, got up and
Yeah,
left.
he just bounced. Yeah, and I'm like, that's some
Because he
high
was
level
like-
shit I don't understand. I don't know what he saw, but clearly he sees something that I don't get.
You said Gotham Chess, by the way.
Yeah, Gotham Chess. Levy is the dude. He runs that channel. His
30
breakdown.
queens. Can
Oh,
Martin win? Ooh, that does sound fucking sick. 30 queens? Lynch, you know how to play chess?
I do know how to play chess. but
Imagine your
not-
opponent was 30 queens.
that'd be crazy.
And you lose.
Well, you got 20 minutes? Because in the last year, this got 11 million views.
Hey,
Dude, if you look at his numbers, you're like, damn, he blew up. And that's what crazy during COVID. I think in like 2021 to 2023. No, it was 2021 or 2022 to 2023. He gained like 3 or 4 million subscribers.
yeah.
Like he was just the chess guy. Everyone went to watch him. They're like, oh, he breaks down Magnus Carlsen or how he talks. He just has so much energy about the game of chess,
Yeah.
which is it's weird watching that sport take off.
I've always found that funny in life when something is around for a very long time and then has a resurgence. Like I remember when I was like in high school, the end of high school, going into CEGEP, which is like pre-university here, and everyone getting so big into poker. Poker's on TV all the time now. And I was like, wasn't this around for like 200 years? What happened last year that now poker
The
is
internet.
everywhere? Every friend I have is like poker, bro. Or something like the Moscow Mule is a drink that everyone drinks now, and it's very common now. But 15 years ago, people didn't have like those copper mugs at bars for a Moscow Mule, but this thing's been around for like 80 years.
I guess it looks good on Instagram or something. People probably are like, oh,
It's all that
social
fucking
media.
matters.
Yeah,
Does it look good on Instagram?
yeah. TikTok
Yeah,
decided
yeah.
this is popular. You have to now do it.
That's true. A Moscow Mule, you do get that copper
It's different.
cup, and to anyone, not just that, people are like if you like, let's just say, and I'm not like this, I don't care, I'll drink a bitch drink. I actually like a Manhattan. I think I like old fashions. I think a Manhattan's a good drink, but like you feel silly with your Manhattan. But I'll have a fruity drink, pina colada, love it. But if you have a Moscow Mule, people see you, they're like, oh fuck, he's crazy. Like copper's bad for you. He's a fucking man, dude. He doesn't care. He's drinking from copper. You know how bad that is?
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of places are like, yeah, we don't have those glasses anymore because they're bad for you. And you're like, yeah, bro. So is everything else in the Moscow Mule.
So it's the alcohol. It's
Yeah.
destroying my liver as I drink. Like this is it. Dude, last night, Harley, Justin, you might have had these nights where you're just like, you're doing your thing and you're like, man, my life is what is going on? Last night it was Cody, donut operator, Jake from Corridor, and Goldberg, Bill Goldberg eating sushi just as a
These guys are
That's a
fucking
lineup.
heavy hitters,
Wow.
bro.
Just-
Bro, the zombie
bros
apocalypse
eating
happens
sushi.
right there. That's the movie I want to see. Zombie apocalypse happens right. That's the crew.
that's the table.
You have Goldberg as the tank. Like, what's going on?
I actually got lost in some Goldberg like hate content, because I get lost in WWE, WWF content every once in a while, where you just go down that rabbit hole on YouTube.
Goldberg was WCW.
Whatever it was, they were like
What did they say? Because there's like
that he's actually like just mean in the ring and like will hurt you. Like he's not a
it's
joke.
not-
he's not a
yeah.
person to be played with when it came to wrestling.
He got into wrestling, I believe, because it was Triple H was at the gym, and was maybe not Triple H. Someone was at the gym, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's this guy's sick. Like, he's just, you look great, dude. You should get into wrestling, because he had the look, and he was so ripped and big. And so all these wrestlers, there's so much politics involved in how it works from all the documentaries I watch. I don't know personally, but there's all this politics about who's going to get the belt and who's going to win this and who's going to win that. And when Hulk Hogan went to WCW, everyone at WCW, they just kind of, the wrestlers wrote the storylines. Like, they'd literally go into the writer's room and be like, I'm a fucking winner. I'll knock you all out. And then the writers would write them as a winner. And Hulk Hogan had ultimate pull. Like, every round, he's like, nah, I win this one.
Yeah.
Nah, I win this one. But Goldberg, when they brought him in, because he doesn't know how to wrestle, but he looks great, he just went hyped up to the ring, speared the guy, and won. And then so after 25 wins, people love that shit.
Yeah.
It was like the guy came in and just one-shot everyone, but he wasn't a good wrestler per se, because he didn't wrestle. He didn't have to. He just did this. So he a lot of guys hated on him because he was just chosen. He was basically Muscles Glasses. Just got chosen, and people loved it. And he
didn't have the technique. He didn't have the technique or ring awareness to sort of.
Yeah, he didn't stay up and help clean with everyone. He didn't fucking conceptualize recipes with everyone, bro. But Goldberg, he ended Bret Hart's career. Bret Hart, that's the Montreal Screwjob.
That's right.
The WCW to the screen. Goldberg kicked him in the head, and he couldn't wrestle after that. But that wasn't because he was mean in the ring. I don't think. I thought that was because he didn't have the skill or technique.
I just saw other wrestlers being critical. Now, wrestling that's why it's great, because there's so much behind the scenes stories about guys. Not putting guys over, all that stuff is so interesting. But I just happened to watch a video of someone.
You don't watch a lot of wrestling, Eli. It's a freedom blind spot, eh?
Oh.
Well,
wow, that's enough, bro. That's a big freedom blind spot.
So, surprisingly enough, it was growing up. I watched it playing. I grew up I remember watching on pay-per-view Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels in the hour grudge match, and that's when Shawn Michaels won his first belt. I remember that. Like, that's a core memory growing up.
That's a turning point.
That's a big turning point.
That was happening in Montreal.
He was not happy about that.
And Bret Hart was supposed to win.
Yeah.
But the ref counted it out early and all that, and then Bret Hart spits on Vince McMahon.
Yep.
And then he looks at the camera and he says WCW, and it's pretty cool because he does it backwards.
See, that's like it. And now
and then that carried over to what we were just saying. Like, he fought Goldberg, and he ended his career.
And then Goldberg, like, his talks, because I love listening to his stories. We're actually going to have him on the podcast again here coming up. Because it is those, when he was in that transition period, he's like, I was talking.
He's a woman now? That's stupid. Continue. Sorry, it's stop.
It's like, hey, talking to Vince McMahon and that team during that buyout or however it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things. He's like, hey, I'm not a $500 cash cow or a $500 cheap, just quick wrestle. I'm going to do it this. This is the style I want. Then they adopted that, and they're like, okay, let's build this up and then figure out a way to push it. You're coming from football. We'll incorporate that. And then we'll just have you built out, as you're saying. You're not a showmanship. Yours is just like, boom, I'm in, I'm bad as fuck, and I leave. And that was how they.
His entrance was sick, though. He came in,
walk in, fucking walk out. So that's how they designed his entire character. And I talked about that. I was like, man, did people get mad that you essentially didn't have to put your body through as much because it was so fast. It was, hey, I'm going to spear you. And a jackhammer, count out, boom. So everyone that fought him, same. It was just like a 10-second match.
But he looked great. There's like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like he was fucking.
He had the look.
He looked like a 90s Marvel comic book.
I want to say I wasn't hating, by the way. I'm a Goldberg fan. I want to make sure that's clear. I don't want to get speared, you know?
I heard he's got mad cars.
Oh, dude, Goldberg's garage home. Me and him will nerd out about cars for hours. And Bill's just one of those. I think all the wrestlers I've met, I don't know if you guys met, I think Harley, you've met a couple, but like they're some of the kindest humans I have ever met. And I put it with, because their fan base is a lot of younger audiences, like children. So like Goldberg showed me how to sign shirts fast. He was like, oh, you're holding the shirt wrong. And he showed me how to autograph shirts. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even think
His
about
fans are a lot of fans are children.
Yeah, well, like
and special needs.
Yeah, I mean,
John
yeah,
Cena, like
John Cena,
fucking.
John Cena fucking crushes the game with the special needs community.
Yeah, and it's just they love a jacked dude, a big jacked good guy.
Like
they love that. You watch that show, Reacher?
Not I need to. Everyone said I need to.
You don't even need to. I don't know who told you that. They're crazy.
Okay, I don't.
But I heard that it was peak dad TV, and it was
Lifetime Natural. Don't forget.
Yeah, I put it on, and like I'm good with whatever you do with your shows, but it was kind of nice to just have some big, strong, jacked, perfect white dude that was smart and had all the answers and was like so sick.
And it's natty.
And it gave me those John Cena vibes, Goldberg vibes. I'm like, yeah, look at this big strut. Like I was getting special needs in the moment. I was like, fucking, I'm rocking back and forth. I'm like, let's fucking
I'm
go.
stimming over here.
Yeah, I do stim a lot. I stim a ton all the time.
Justin's like, can I make jokes about stimming? His son's autistic. You can, Justin. Make all
Justin, but he's not a stimmer. Lynch isn't a stimmer.
No.
I'm the type of guy to sit next to Lynch and my legs will be moving like crazy.
I'm like,
and be like, stop moving your legs.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, but
God, stop that.
Yeah. I sent you
stimming, that's not exclusive though. Stimming's everyone can.
I have a question since you're you live in America.
I have an answer.
I saw this. I sent something in the group chat there that I gotta just stop. Are you drinking energy drinks right now? What's going on there? What is that?
Energy drink.
Oh,
yeah, me too, bro. What's up?
Damn, you guys are wilding out, man.
That's funny. I thought you were looking pretty tired, actually. Bro.
I am looking tired.
That's pretty funny.
I just thought he downed like 3 of those. How many of those do you just have?
No, I still on the save.
Oh, okay. I was like,
they're little babies. They're babies.
Oh, they're nothing. Okay, sure. You guys are built different. I get it.
Yeah, bro. You out here, dude.
Babies. The babies.
I sent something in the group chat. I don't know this. I saw this tweet that was like abnormally viral. I was trying to figure it out because we don't have this grocery store called Aldi's. Do you have that where you live?
Aldi's, yeah.
Yeah.
Not here. We don't have an Aldi's here.
But like it had like 30 million views, this thing, and I sent it in the group chat there, and it's like I was trying to figure out what was going on. They were like, "Why are you flexing? Why are you flexing all these?" I'm like, "Is this like a discount store or something? Why are people mad about this?" They were like hating on this person so hard. It had like 30 million.
Because the person was like, "This is what I got at Aldi's,"
and people were like, "Why does this get 30 million?" There's obviously a reason, but it's got insane reach. This tweet, and I was like, "What is going on here? Is this like?"
Wow. I could see. I can't see the mentions and what people are saying right now. But when you like lay out your decisions for every product you purchase, like right away the bottom left, some people have something to say about pink lemonade.
Do we have Aldi's here?
Right off the bat, and then like
there's Aldi's here in Texas.
Obviously,
yeah, but no one's going to Aldi's.
Yeah, no one wants to go.
HEB, dude.
This
you
person
go to HEB in Texas.
People are mad.
HEB for life, dog.
HEB fits like a Walmart supercenter inside of it, and has like a little Target area of things like
that's a Texas. That's a Texas.
You get like cooking supplies, and you get like a binder for school, and yeah.
Is Aldi's known for just really cheap food?
People are hating on the meat. They're like, "Oh, look at that meat. It's bad." And I'm like,
I'll tell you something.
If I hit on some American thing that I don't understand,
no,
I just couldn't believe how many people were interacting with this post.
But in Canada,
why is this so viral?
To what you're saying, in Canada, they had posted a comparison of products from Loblaws and the dollar store.
Oh yeah,
and it had the same brand, the same thing. The meat was the same company, but people commented, they're like, "Who the fuck's gonna buy their meat from the dollar store?" And I was like, that's so silly that like that's the thing. If it's the same company, it's not like they're getting a worse version. But to be like, "Oh, I ain't no poor bitch. I ain't gonna buy my meat at the dollar store. I gotta go to I gotta get that designer meat."
This one, I think the only reason I could think that people are pissed off is because it's look at how much food is right here, and then they're making fun of it. It's like that's poor food because it's $136 worth of groceries, which I don't know how much is a lot or little for groceries because I always buy the same thing. So I know in America, people freak out because it's like, look how much groceries are.
You guys don't understand. Eli is literally drinking energy drinks like sent to him and eating protein snacks sent to him. He's just getting muscle food sent to his front door. They're just opening the door and like putting protein snacks and stuff there. He's waking up. He got that meat stick. You had all those delicious meat sticks at your place.
Dude, I got them right. I got some right here too.
I think I think $136 is
for all that's a good.
Yeah, it is. It is a good thing. But it's like that's a thing that I feel like is a realm that's you're lucky to spend $136 on your groceries. This is like a nice haul over here.
Yeah, for 136 because you get to see those Reddit posts where it's like 4 things and it's like $80 and it's like fresh strawberries, fresh anything. When you're like, well, first off, you got fresh fruit, that's gonna charge it, and fresh vegetables, that's gonna upcharge. But that's it. I mean, you get steak, some fucking cheese stuff, bread.
$136. I could buy like a butter, a steak, and a yogurt. And spend $136 if I wanted.
Yeah, that'd be a good steak. That'd be a good steak, though. At least,
I mean, yeah. Look at this guy has sausage, meat. I mean, that's it for $136. That is a fucking buy.
I guess shopping at Aldi's brings a certain sort of connotation to it. It signals something to the Twitter sphere or the X sphere that I guess you're bad at buying groceries. I don't know.
Well, how do you feel, Lynch? You like, what are you back Aldi's?
I've never been. I don't even know what Aldi's is. I don't know. I tried to look into it. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, this must be like, because she's in the comment. This person's in the comments.
You got a problem with quality food,
back.
Everyday low prices?
I mean, not really. I'm down. I shop at the dollar. I shop at Dollarama sometimes. I mean, don't test me. I'm down. But I just couldn't believe that this had such wide distribution. Clearly, it hit a nerve on some level. It's just sometimes I see things on the internet. I'm like, why? Why this? Why does this get 30 million? Why?
I just typed in one question is Aldi's grocery store for poor people? It's like Aldi's is not a store for poor people. It's a store that has decent quality food at cheaper prices than larger supermarkets.
Okay. So it's coded language. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know what that means. Yeah.
Language is like, we're going to.
So let's just spruce this up a little bit with some Chat GPT and see how it comes out.
Dang. Yeah. Why is Aldi so cheap? At most supermarkets, you'll find tons of name brand items, but at Aldi's, a whopping 90% of the products are private label. 90% are private label. That's fucking.
And get this though, I actually pulled up there. I was looking on their about, and this is a huge teller. At Aldi's, you leave a 25-cent deposit for the cart.
Oh, no,
so
shit.
That's already a big deterrent for people taking the carts, but there's just a whole, obviously.
That says a lot about where you're going to.
Aldi's exist where there's a shopping cart culture.
Yeah.
The deodorant's behind a glass door.
Yeah.
A lot of the products are behind glass.
And having said all that, like I would go the little extra distance to Aldi's.
I'd go there.
I mean, if you get 30 million people to look at your tweet, I think you would. Why not? Fuck
their no-name fucking pink lemonade's fire, bro.
Yeah, you're into it?
Aldi, a brutally efficient grocery chain, is upending America's supermarkets. CNN.com 2019.
I mean, it is bullshit that we did talk about how you could buy a lot of the same, like cereal at the dollar store versus going to, a big grocer here in Canada. Like the grocers here, I don't know about you, but in Canada, the grocery stores during the pandemic were getting fucking smoked by the public. I mean, like the government had to step in and have meetings with the guys running Loblaws and all these big companies because people were why is butter $11? Why is butter $11 or whatever the hell is going on with prices?
Were they upcharging you?
That's one of our Canadian power families, by the way.
It is actually
one of the guys that owns the grocery store here.
The Westons.
The grocery store.
The Westons.
Yeah, they're like big time, powerful Canadian family.
Wait,
they charge like mad money for.
Well, no, they claimed it's the supply chain, which is of course like they're like we charge you whatever the suppliers are charging us.
But then it's at dollar stores cheaper. It's at the dollar store cheaper.
And they were making record profits every quarter, by the way. Also, record profits every quarter. People are like, come on. The government had to step in and have meetings. They're like, come on, guys, what are we doing here? Can we?
Which the craziest thing is, $11. That is, if your average person that's working 1 hour just to afford butter.
It's so crazy. I like, because I don't personally, and this is, I'm gonna fully admit it, I'm not a person who looks at the price when I go buy groceries. I just show up, I buy things, I don't think about it. Every once in a while I may consider it, but then during the pandemic, post-pandemic, I started seeing like some like milk and things like that where I'm like, oh, this seems odd. Like, why?
Now you're
so
like,
expensive?
that's not worth it.
No, exactly. That's actually it
Bro,
took
some
me
places
that to
you go
notice it.
to, some place you go to, you're like, yeah, cereal, and that place is like $7.99, and you're like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
You think, and now all of a sudden I'm holding one of my favorite things, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'm like, you think you're $7.99?
You think
I'll eat you right now in the car.
Yeah.
You think you're $7.99?
You're
bro?
$3.99, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy seeing the prices on a lot of stuff because I remember, like, now, yes, we can grab stuff and you're not looking at the prices as much. It's like, sure, I'm just getting just grocery shopping. But if I put myself in my shoes, if I was like 10 years ago and I'd be like, damn, getting out of the military, I'd look at a meal that's $7.99 or just for butter. I'd be like, well, I can't afford this. I'm going to be.
Yeah. You're calculating the ounces. You're calculating the actual weight versus.
Oh,
the
I
price.
feel like I need money
you know.
for weed too, though.
Yeah.
My weed.
I gotta get.
I'd be like, it's
video
gonna
game.
be a good week because I got 7 grams.
But then I'll be real hungry.
Yeah.
And I can't.
You're at friends' houses and you're like looking in their cupboards.
Well, the other crazy thing
that
you notice now, and the other thing the pandemic actually did is, and I don't know if this is happening in Texas, but the whole tipping scene has gotten out of hand. Like, it really has gotten out of hand, and I was reading this thing about in Canada how we are like one of the top tipping countries in the world. Like, we tip a lot. People in Canada
I go
tip
off.
It's part of the culture.
Bro.
We do.
I go off.
But going off is different
crazy
now. Going off used to be like 18, 20%. Going off is like 30% now. And they're really getting aggressive at like the point of sale systems where they're like,
it starts at 20.
Yeah, it starts at 20. It starts at 20. And it's
that calculates usually the tax on the meal,
yeah.
Which in our case, tax is 15%. So they calculate the percentage of the tip, including the tax.
Which is
so even if I'm tipping 20 or 25%, I always calculate it myself.
And if you ask our parents, they would never tip on tax back. Like, the tipping is like slowly.
No, you don't tip on the tax. No one tips on the tax.
Everyone tips on the tax. They don't factor that into the POS. I don't think.
No. But you're a person, like, as a person, when you get your bill, you're not tipping on the tax.
I do. I'm an idiot. I didn't think about it until the pandemic.
I've never ever. I always go to the number before the tax, and that's where I base my tip.
You're a good Jew, then. What can I say?
I'm trying to fucking carry the weight for people like you, dude.
Yeah, I'm fucking up, I guess. Yeah.
I just try to tip good unless you suck. Then I'm not gonna tip good. But
no, I tip if you're very good or old. I tip well. If you suck, like I tip you okay.
It's funny you mentioned old because
it's gotta be.
They did.
Every time an old Uber Eats guy comes to my door, I go back to the tip and I add a couple bucks.
Yeah, see, you're profiling people, man. It's pretty rude, don't you think?
If I was a hot woman, I'd suck his dick. I swear, dude.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Well, I'm straight
Uber
as hell.
drivers just going to Harley's house.
Well, because
they're
I'm
fighting over
hell,
it. Like, I got this one. It's your turn.
That one's mine.
I'm so straight. Even if I'm a woman, I'm straight. How you know?
I forget. Yeah, tipping culture is at that next level, though. It is coffee, anything you do, it's like tip.
Well,
tip.
Starbucks is really they're really rude. Like, I went. They just started doing this. I noticed that their point of sale system, they're started $1 in Canada, at least. Like, I'm talking in our area, $1, and I'm like, I'm buying a drink. If I buy a Starbucks drink, it could be a $5. It possibly could be a $5 or $6 drink, depending on what's going on. It may not be coffee. $1 is an insane place to start, and they get you because it's all psychological. Like, you look at it, and you're just conditioned to be like, oh, okay, I'll just keep pushing through the buttons, right? It's more friction to say, oh, let me like go back or find the small little button. Like, you start fumbling there. You start feeling this sort of weird pressure with the person in front of you. I mean, not everyone does. I feel that weird sort of like tension where I'm like, okay. Then I just continue on. And now I'm tipping $1 on a $5 drink. I mean, this is insane.
Yeah, they always get hit with that.
Yeah.
Because that goes to what?
It's about 25%.
Yeah, 20%. You got it.
More than 20%. It's like 25, 30% on like a
dollar on
coffee
5
drink. 20. Yeah. Sorry. 20%. You're right.
But no, it's still like.
But even with a coffee, they do the same thing.
can't-
If you buy a
just
coffee for $3, it's the same shit. They don't.
no matter what, like if someone brings you something that was $1.80 and they bring it to your table, you're tipping $1.
Do you feel that pressure when you're when you're
I do
confronted
that.
with the point of sale system and they're
if I met
like,
someone
"Oh,
and I got if I got a coffee and it was like $1.89 at a restaurant or something at a cafe and they bring it to the table, like I'm gonna put $1 on it. Or if I see that I sit down, then I'm gonna tip on it. But it has to be at least $1. You can't give less than $1.
That adds up. Like you look at it, it's like $1 a day is what you're tipping if you get a coffee a day, and that adds up to like $5, and then that goes real quick. When you start doing the math, you're like, dang, I'm just okay, and that's on your baseline coffee. Then you add in drinks, meals, or whatever.
you almost have to go and buy
an
for everyone.
espresso, bro. You can get an espresso.
No, Nespresso's not good. Sorry.
What do you mean? Eli's got a barista.
He hasn't. Hold on. Do you have an espresso or you have like something different than an espresso? Like what do you make?
Oh, I got my. What do we do? Is it an espresso one, Harley?
It's an espresso one, and it's not just enough to have an espresso machine. You need to have someone around that cares about it.
And
to like get the pods. Yeah, she does.
My girl,
like I was there, bro. And she was like, "You want a coffee?" I was like, "Sure." And she was like, "Iced?" I was like, "Yeah." And I got it in like a see-through cup with like a cap on it and a straw, a fucking little design in the top. Like,
yeah,
like it's important to her, and that's what you need. It's not just enough to have it there. It's not quite like a Keurig. It needs a bit more. You need to be able to love going into the Nespresso store.
It is an experience.
Like, I have a machine. I'm allowed in here. I'm allowed in this store.
Here's a question. When you go to like Chipotle or anything, do you tip them?
I pretty much tip everywhere at this point.
Subway also?
I'll tip if you give me a tip option, the machine controls me. It's like, oh, I guess I'm tipping. I'll just continue
and
on
I think
down that
that's
path.
what we do now. Because Subway, I remember back in the day before it was an option, I would never tip at Subway because I didn't think like it was you went to Subway, you got your food service done. And now I always tip because through time I wasn't paying with cash. It'd be like, okay, the meal's $7. Then you get
that button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
it used to be like cash because cash they'd hand you cash change done. Yeah, exactly. They weren't gonna ask. It's like, do you want to keep the change or tip us? Would never. It would be a little shitty tip box over in the corner. Now it's that.
The machine's got us, man. The machines are coming for us, man. Soon. That's it. AI POS systems are going to be taking all our cash from us. Oh, you want to tip $20 on this $1 drink? Here you go. I'll just be pressing it.
I only buy my Subway sandwiches with crypto, though.
That's it? Yeah.
That's it.
Y'all give you 0.01 Bitcoin for that.
You're like, hold on. Wait, it's fluctuating right now. Let me just make sure I hit a high point before I transfer this over to you.
A realistic thing would be like, oh, yeah, I bought, my this was 11,720 Satoshis. Or whatever the increment of Bitcoin is.
You know, crypto is having a big comeback online. I keep now it got quiet. It got real quiet, and now I'm seeing people pop. No. I'm saying for someone to I don't want to be around it. I don't want to hear it.
That's it. No, but we noticed.
You noticed?
I still have the crypto discussions that used to be around.
Yeah, but you got real quiet when things dropped.
No,
so you whatever it was, when it was.
Dude, the conversations when it drops are buy times. The conversations go on.
So I should have been in the shadows.
When it's like,
I should have been in the shadows, like collecting cryptos.
Just next time crypto drops, like Bitcoin drops, you want me to hit you up and talk about Bitcoin?
Sure. I made 40 grand off of Bitcoin.
Listen,
shit.
There's ways to make money. It's just that at one point it's all you heard about. Now it's AI, but before I think there was maybe a year.
The problem with Bitcoin, or crypto, is you are an asshole throughout so many phases of it. Like people are like, "Oh no, yeah, he's got 40."
I made 40 grand off of Bitcoin. I sold how many? What do you think I sold on Bitcoin to get 40 grand? How many coins?
Hold on. I wish.
And again, I
knew when you bought in. Okay, let's see. I don't know.
How many coins did I sell to make $40,000?
150.
I sold 1,000 coins.
Okay, hear me out. So and I want to tell you this, but this is exactly.
Yeah, you sold early.
This is it. No. He didn't. This is exactly what I've been talking about.
No,
what I've been talking about is
money.
To make money on Bitcoin, you had to be an asshole. This guy bought 1,000 Bitcoin, let's say, and let's say he spent $6,000 on it.
$8,000.
Let's just say $8,000.
Yep.
When you spend $8,000 and then now it is $40,000, that might be the best investment that you have going on. How could you not sell it? You think it'll all how could you not?
Well, because we're conditioned
so,
to think that it's like you're talking about an investor being someone who thinks rationally. Most investors are not rational. It's like, oh, this is going to continue forever.
He was very rational.
Well, he's a smart guy, obviously. Look, he took his 40K and he's laughing at all of us right now.
Well, but then I'm like, oh, I made my money. Now it did suck going, but like one coin got up to $60,000.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Well, if I had 1,000 coins, I probably would have sat on.
So you cleared your whole wallet. You were like, I made my money. Like, I'll take this cash. And I bet you that cash probably at that time was like really important for you at that time.
And oh yeah, because this was like 2010. So I mean, we watched. I remember on the Filers of Heaven's EQ, their guild or the forums I used to go through, and they're like, "Yo, the bubble's about to pop," because it was at $48 a coin. And everyone's like, yo, the bubble's about to pop. Because, again, Bitcoin was jack shit at this time.
Yeah, people were buying pizzas or trading like fucking whatever those famous stories are where people sold like,
and I know a lot of those guys. That's what's crazy. So I cashed out. A lot of us did. And then it dropped to like $5 a coin. I was like, fucking sucks to suck. Fast forward 2 years and it was $600 a coin. I remember my buddy, he was like, you ever hear of this Bitcoin? I was like, yeah, I made money. I fucking cashed out. He's like, oh man, it's at like $600 or $800 a coin right now. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, wait, what? And then I got to watch it just continue to climb. I was like, I did make money. I made a smart choice because none of us thought it would go to this level. But man, does it hurt sometimes?
Yeah, but it's not like, once again,
the multiple on that investment, it could have been on another stratosphere. Yeah, you would have been on.
Like if you could go back in time and you could say one sentence to your past self in like 2012, and you went back and you were like, buy Bitcoin.
I'd be like,
you can only say one sentence. You can only say, oh, yeah. You'd be like,
Bitcoin 2010, Bitcoin 2022, don't sell. And I'd fuck it up. And I wouldn't know.
Because even if you went back and you bought like 1,000 Bitcoin for, $5 a Bitcoin, and then it reaches, 100K, you're like, thank you, me, and sell it for 100K, not knowing that this is 100 million later,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's
why the problem with that stuff is like, you just got to, I mean, the ones that I have, I'm just like, I'm an asshole now, and I sweat about it some days that it's going to disappear like they always do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I have a thing in my head where I'm like, at that point, I'll consider it. But really, like, I feel like a Bitcoin, a coin should get up to 500K.
I hold on. Now I always hold on. I'm like, I'm going to just hold on to X amount. A Dogecoin, I made a good, decent chunk. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'll now hold on to this many. And then that.
I just hate the game. I don't like looking at money like that. I'm not a person that wants to play that money game and do that and like put my emotions into this. Like, I don't like gambling. And this is pretty close to gambling.
I mean, the highs and lows are pretty intense. I feel like your emotions with the ups and downs got to be significant, right? Because you're just staring at it go up and then it starts crashing. Like, well, where's the bottom? I don't know. Like, where are we going to go here? And it's just toys with you, It's
still going down.
Yeah, it's like people are, it's hard to have the stones to stick around and be like, I believe in this being here.
And then you go to that Reddit, dude, the Wall Street Bets Reddit, and you see how much people have lost or in debt. That's what's mind blowing because they're like, what do I do? I'm $400,000 in debt. I'm like,
it's crazy. Yeah.
How though?
Well, you should have never done that.
Well, no, it's just because it's like, I don't deny the fact that you could have made obviously you could have made a ton of money if you were investing in Bitcoin, but it's like anything. It's like timing. Like, you can buy a house and you can do really well. Also, you can buy a house at the wrong time and have to sell at the wrong time and get fucked. So it's just like some of it's just the timing of it. What?
I love getting fucked.
Yeah. Well, we know that. Yeah. By Uber drivers.
You ever watch fucking Chun-Li?
Dude, that's that number one.
Number one, but I hate that it's like,
I don't think you can say that word
it says,
on this, by the way. I don't think you can say that word.
You can't say the ending of it.
No, I don't
But
think you
it's
can. I
not
don't think
for
you
Mexican
can say
market.
the word. I don't think you can use the P in that word.
Oh, so we should be good.
YouTube could flag. Well, we say it and we haven't got flagged. So you
But
might be good.
what I don't like is it's marked number 1 Chun-Li from Fortnite.
That's the funniest part.
That's the weirdest. Oh, that means that's probably their first introduction
Correct,
into
yeah.
Chun-Li.
I also don't like that like it's cheating that Fortnite's the number 1 game because you're like Fortnite, which has everyone, because now you can get to see like Goku, fucking Princess Leia or whatever.
Solid Snake.
Okay, that's why I've been playing it again this month.
Fortnite got
The
all of
battle
you guys,
pass.
eh? Everyone's in now. On
Solid
Fortnite.
Snakes, because Solid Snakes in it.
I haven't played.
He's going
I
to be
need
in
to
it
play
this
it.
month. If you played it ever, like, and I pushed a lot of people to get it. I'm pushing Nico and stuff to get it, so we could do it and we can work to get Solid Snake because he's in the battle pass coming up. So now, if there was ever a time to do it, it would be now because you fuck with Solid Snake.
You're like,
And that'll be a game we could play together. And all the fucking people, you beat just kids playing on their fucking iPad or Nintendo Switches, bro. Like, they're going to get fucking rolled on. We got real shooters out here.
I need to play. God dang it. Shut up. Okay. I need to play a game in general right now. I've not been gaming. And then I was playing Red Dead 2, which fucking love that one.
Yeah.
But then that's it. I want to play video games. I'm just trying to find the time right now. I'm like, what games are you guys into?
Lynch is in the game of dadding it up.
Yeah, I have a Switch that I just plugged in for the first time to cancel my online subscription because they've been taking $11 out of my credit card. I'm like, what the fuck? So I played Metroid's the last game I played. Metroid
Zero.
Metroid Dread. Yeah, it's great.
Zero.
There's a 2D one, Metroid Dread. It's like a 2D.
Dread, yep.
Yeah, so I played that and Switch is kind of my only. I've said this, like the only pace I'm really at until GTA comes out, which is going to force me to buy a console.
Well, Red Dead 2 is worth. Like,
no, all these games I'm interested. Like, I still get served video game content. Like, people are like talking about video games. I'm up on the video game. Like, I kind of check in every once in a while. I just don't have the energy or the time to sit down for many hours.
I do. I've been playing. I play everything. I played the Avatar games, pretty sick. Played RoboCop's pretty shit, but I loved it. I play everything. Like, honestly.
Did you? Oh fuck.
Look at the fucking
Nakey Jakey doing Starfield. Do you watch Nakey Jakey either?
I commented. I uninstalled Starfield right after the video. And I was like, I fucking hate that game. Nakey Jakey's like my height.
No, I did not. He's a tall mother.
I saw him and I stared at him when I first met him for like 30 seconds because I was like, that can't be. Is this just like a? But then I was like, but then how would I know? And I'm like trying to figure out the size of an exercise ball that he sits on, and I'm trying to factor it in. And I'm like, is that a big ass ball?
Dang,
that's a big ass exercise ball, dude. He's my height. He's like huge. He might be like taller. He's fucking monstrous.
I love his content, but his Starfield video just knocked it out of the park. I bought that game and I uninstalled it within 1 hour of playing it because I was like, this is an absolute trash donkey.
I played it for 100 hours and I was like, what a shit game.
I'm glad it took 100 hours. You're like, fuck this game.
Oh, you have to use your imagination in that game. Like, when I played that game, I like run around and do dumb shit. So it's not like.
When you described how you wasted your hour making your lips 3% bigger and getting outfits for all your boys, I'm like, this.
Exactly. I went and I got my lips done one time in one game session. I went to the where you could recreate your character, and I just made my lips 3% bigger. It was like and I was like, got my lips done.
It's real fun. It's like if you're that bored where that's what you do for entertainment in a video game, the game has fucked up. What'd you do in the game? I made a journey to get some lip filler. It was really fucking dope.
Yeah, I've completely replaced it with jerking off to Chun-Li from Fortnite and Tifa from Final Fantasy.
Well, I'm Red Dead. If you haven't played Red Dead 2, Justin, play it. It's fucking.
Next time I go to Harley's, I'm staying with him and I'm away from the family. I'll dabble in some Red Dead 2.
It's hard to keep bringing it back to the video game characters on that website. But I'm looking at it and I realize I've seen these. Like, I'll open it up and the website will feed me some of these. And I'm always like,
you know what the weird one was to me?
But I'm always like, miss me with that shit. But I did get hit with a Lady Dimitrescu once.
Oh,
yeah. There was one on the page and I was like, oh shit. I was like, these fucking graphics are sick.
And you clicked?
And then I finished.
Yeah.
I didn't just click. I clicked and finished.
Do they like the Mommy Milkers? Like big lady? Because what is it? Most search video games.
It's like
Chun-Li.
Yeah.
Tifa. Yeah. Okay. There.
We got thighs and ass boys out there still.
What's up? Why is Cuphead ranked? Why is Cuphead ranked? What's up with that?
Wait, Cuphead is?
Sometimes people have a video. Sometimes there's like a particular video, like a mod where they're naked in it or something.
Most search for video games rank. Is the video game? Oh, that is actual. They search those words.
They rank the video games like where they moved up and down from the year over a year. I guess.
Why is Minecraft so high?
Dude, this whole thing is crazy.
And I'm like, why is Minecraft third place?
It's a very popular game, I guess.
What do you JO into on Minecraft?
Blocks.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
You like mining.
That's JO blocks.
Yeah, like
That's
some of these
out.
Cuphead's also one of those.
I thought it was a weird one. I was like, why? I'm like, Cuphead, from what I remember, it has no place here. I don't know what.
Sometimes someone makes like a funny video. Like it's a funny video, like maybe a mock mod or a fake trailer for a game or a video that actually goes viral on a minute and 10, an hour and 10. Okay. It goes viral, and then people search up that video, so they'll type in a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or people, if you're just like, like if you start searching through games, these are also like the most popular games.
But no, look at. There was one game I've never heard of on that list. Detroit Become Human.
Incredible game. 10 on 10. The reason why it's there. Did you ever play Heavy Rain?
Wait, is it a good game?
Yeah, it's incredible. You ever play Heavy Rain?
I have not, but I know Heavy Rain.
Yeah, it's like one of those styles.
Glitch.
Yeah, you go there and
John.
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah, this one. If you play it, it's really sick. It's like a story, a movie. And you just make quick decisions and answer quickly and do things and figure it out quickly. And there's like 20 endings and some of them are really fucked up. And it's really sick. It's sick today. I want to play it now.
Yeah, I'm reading it. It's really highly rated. I've never heard of this game.
I love when that happens to me. It happens. I play out games all the time, but I still get hit with like, what the fuck is this?
Well, how do you get through all the games? There's so many. It seems like there's so many. I don't beat them all. You just give it 20 hours and you move on?
Well, a game, yeah. But games that I beat last week were games that I bought last year that I put like 5 hours into.
And you went back.
And I was like later, and then I came back.
It's hard.
It's hard to go back to a game how do you get back? How do you get back to the same mode you're in? That's the hardest part.
Well, I don't. Sometimes I'll just restart.
Controls? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I restart.
I don't even know where I am or what I'm doing in this magical quest.
Like, hey, let's see what happens.
You're like, what am I wearing?
Yeah, you just jump in and your character's like, I don't even know.
He's underwater with like not enough breath.
Yeah, you're like, I don't even know where I am.
You're like, shit was fucked up when I left this game.
Yeah, you turn it on. They're like, shouldn't have done that. There's 50 guys shooting at you.
Yeah, the city's on fire. You're like, what the fuck did I do to get there? And why did I quit right then? God, that's why I try to keep pacing right. Final Fantasy 16. I'm almost done. No idea where I'm at.
Oh, there you go. You're like, you play. That's a full ass game to play.
I love my full ass game. Zelda's the only one recently where I started and quit after 2 hours because I landed in the main world. I was like, yo, this is way too big. I got overwhelmed by the size.
It's a very common video game developing mistake is overwhelming the player.
Yeah, that happened.
Horizon did that with me. The second one, they had like a million things to go see. Question marks on the map. I was like, peace. I was like, I'm gonna whack off to Sonic.
Yeah. It's like, I'm over this. I'm gonna go JO.
But listen, Eli, thanks for coming on the podcast. Where we check out the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm on a couple of those episodes. Where could they find you?
Thank you guys for having you, beautiful, beautiful boys. Eli Doubletap, and then Unsubscribed podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever. Come check me out or check us out.
Yeah, go
Thank you
get
guys
him.
for having Justin,
Hell yeah,
Harley.
dude.
You are fantastic humans. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, we're all right. Yeah, Big Lynch holding it down. And guys, leave a comment or a rating, something like that. And we still take suggestions on the subreddit, Epic Meal Time. Yay, yay.